This gives you a pickup combination that you normally wouldn't have in a Strat. When you're on the neck pickup, it combines the bridge to give you that middle position. When you're playing a show, playing a session, and your string breaks, you want to get back on your feet. Really in motion, you put it through the hole, lock it, and you clip it, and they stay in tune about 12 inches, which is a little bigger than the 7 1/4 for vintage Strats or the more modern 9.
This gorgeous Arctic white Fender Stratocaster has an older body, a maple neck, and it has a satin finish on the rear, gloss on the front. It's got 21 frets, 3 standard single coil Strat pickups, and the 6 saddle vintage style synchronized tremolo. It's one of the nicest Strats I've actually played. The neck feels really fast and clean and quick, and I really have an affinity with maple boards anyway. It's shaped with a modern C profile, so both new players and seasoned pros will appreciate the ease with which the shape allows you to perform. This is a great value, solid all-round performer. If you're looking for a guitar that can do lots and lots of different stuff and won't let you down, then you can't beat a Stratocaster, and this is a really great example of that. So let's have a listen to it.
Fourth generation noiseless pickups. And these are really great. Any player out there who's ever played a Stratocaster knows that that would have been a non-issue. What these guys do is really eliminate all that. It is the S1 switch. And what's really great about it is it gives you a lot of tone variation. And quite frankly, the tone options are pretty limitless. I really love it because I am guitars. One is the compound profile neck. So basically what that means through stuff. And then up high on the neck is the contoured neck heel. Basically what they're doing is just sort of rounding off that edge so that you're not fretting out. It's easier. For example, when you're up here high on the neck, you can just reach really high quickly. And you can just go more places that maybe you can't go on other guitars because you're fighting with the heel itself. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is the fingerboard. Okay, so you got your radius in the front, which is, I like to call business in the front, party in the back, okay? Basically on this guitar, you're gonna have a little more curved radius down here on this end for, when you want to chord through stuff, and you're just playing along. That's gonna help, your fingers just sort of mold easily, more naturally. Then as you're doing all your, fancy gut bucket stuff up here at the top, that's gonna help you get to where you need to go, and it's gonna flatten out, okay? So it keeps you in business, it don't get in the way of your business, and it keeps it fun in the back too. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna talk about locking tuners, okay? Whether you're a road dog or you're a beginner just getting into guitars, these are gonna make your life very easy and very simple. This is simplifying what can be intimidating for a beginner, which is restringing a guitar, which it was for me when I first started playing. Basically, you're not gonna have to spend your life turning your tuning knob. You're just gonna get to string your guitar, put it in the locker, turn it tight, and then you're going to turn your knob about a quarter to a half turn, and you should be in tune. The pressure when you're playing, the pressure and release as you're bending strings, as you're digging into things, as you're playing hard, you know, you're changing things. This is going to respond and help keep everything sort of on an even keel so that you're not wasting time tuning and you're spending more time playing. And finally, we come to the handy dandy truss rod wheel, okay? So this is going to be for whenever you need to adjust your neck, okay? Guitar is made for how you like to play. There's no right or wrong how you like your guitar set up. Basically, you have all of the power here and you have the convenience, all right? So whether it's underbow or overbow, all you have to do is adjust your neck, all right? So that's really convenient, it's really handy, and again, it puts the power back in your hands as a player. Thanks so much for joining me talking about the Fender Elite Stratocaster. Hope you go get yourself one.
New deep C neck profile from Fender, and so what that essentially is a tapered neck, and it's thinner down here and it gradually gets thicker as you get up closer to the 12th fret. And so what that enables me to do as a player, and will enable you to do as well, is down here, you know, you're in this position and you're holding the neck like this, and this helps you to wrap your whole hand around the back of the neck and to get your thumb up here if you want to fret the low E string when you're playing chords. But as you go up the neck, you hold it like this, you work your way around to an anchor position with your thumb. And the fact that it's thicker up here really enables you to anchor that much better. And it makes you a lot more accurate when you're in a solo position and you're fretting. So it's a really gradual thing, it's kind of subtle, but it just feels right, and you'll notice it the more you play this guitar, it just works. So one of the coolest features of this new Fender guitar is the new V-Mod pickups. And essentially what they are is a combination of Alnico. So most single coil pickups use one kind of Alnico, either 2, 3, or 5. But on the new V-Mod pickups, they have mixed the Alnico and tailored it for each specific string and their position in relation to the guitar so that you get the most sound possible out of each string. And it sounds great, especially in the neck position. I really love the neck position. It sounds, you know, like... And then when you get up to the middle position, I mean, this one just sounds great. And this is a different combination of Alnico right here. So it's different from the neck position. It sounds very good, very responsive. You can get some quack out of it. And in the bridge position, it's all the same. It's Alnico 5, but it's hotter. So it's more responsive, and it gives you a little bit of a signal boost. So if you prefer the sound of a humbucking pickup, for the very first time, Fender is introducing a matched set of Shawbucker pickups. Now, this is going to give you all the benefits of a humbucking pickup. It's nice and quiet. It's a little bit hotter. Got a little more low end, maybe a little more mid-range, but it sounds great, especially in the bridge and neck position. If you like both a single coil and a humbucking style pickup, then the HSS is for you. This has the best of both worlds. You've got the V-Mod series pickups with a mixture of Alnico and the pole pieces, and you've got the Shawbucker humbucking pickup that gives you that kind of low output vintage humbucking sound. And the mixture to me is pretty much perfect. You know, you can go from the neck pickup and the middle pickup, and now we got the Shawbucker, you got some great sounds in between in the 2 and 4 position as well. These are called the new narrow tall frets. They're narrow, so it gives you more space in between the frets for fretting and playing chords. And especially when you go up high on the neck, that gives you a lot more room up here to work with. But they're tall enough to give you enough separation between your fingers and the fretboard so that you're not being slowed down by the friction. And that is really important to me because I play heavy gauge strings. But that enables you to play faster and to bend larger. You really wouldn't be able to accomplish big, huge bends like this if you had a standard vintage style fret on there. Two features that are kind of slightly lurking beneath the surface on the new guitar is the pop-in tremolo arm and the treble bleed circuit. Now, the pop-in tremolo arm may not seem like a big deal, but it is, especially if you need to accomplish that on the fly, like really fast in the middle of a show. You just grab your arm, you push it in, pops into place, and it's ready to go. And it also eliminates a lot of the noise that's associated with other tremolo systems. So this thing, when you use it, it's pretty much virtually silent. And it feels really good, so you can pop it in, pop it out. The other thing is the treble bleed circuit. Fender Strats have not always come with that as an option. What it does is essentially you maintain your high end. On other guitars, when you would play, with the volume turned all the way up, you would have one sound, but as you decrease the volume, you would start to lose your top end and it would change the sound of your instrument. Well, with the treble bleed circuit, that is fixed. So you basically have the same sound in the full range of your volume pot. So you can go from 10, and we dial it back a little bit, even more, and you keep that high end, which is, I think, key. Like, that's a real important feature for me. So thanks everybody for joining me as we check out the new Fender American Professional Series Stratocasters.